has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
This is a really cool intro if I've ever seen one. Hello everyone, my name is Lord Bailey and welcome to this Let's Play of the Darkest Dungeon. It will be almost a blind Let's Play because I've played a few hours of the game, but it's almost all new to me. I failed quite a few times, it is really punishingly difficult, and probably I will be failing some more, but nevertheless, let's try and survive as much as we can. We will go for Radiant for the first playthrough. I don't think that going any harder at this point makes any sense. Once I've known the game for a while, maybe I will consider some higher difficulty, but for now, let's just call this First Blood and see how much we can survive. I think the beginning is very much scripted, so I've played through it a couple of times. We'll see if anything changes the third time around.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
So that did not go well. When I said scripted, obviously I meant the first couple of dungeons. The road to Hamlet and then the first dungeon within Hamlet. They seem very, very similar from the couple of times I've played. So maybe if we just play our cards right, we'll manage to do it without any major inconveniences. But then again, you never know with those games. I was gonna say also the art style of this cutscene, and I think all the cutscenes in this game very much reminds me of the cutscenes of the second Witcher game. I believe it was the second one. It was very much comic book like as well. It's just something I've noticed. So far I am really liking the game. Some people say it is unfair with how difficult it is. I've not seen it thus far. I know that every time I die it is my own my own fault. We'll see how it goes later on, if I manage to survive long enough. And I will be reading the tutorials because, as I say, I've not played the game that much. I want to make sure that I know what I'm doing. So map navigation, you are currently in a room. To move, click on another room. Yes, we know that much, thank you.
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
So I can use either a keyboard or a mouse. I think mouse is a bit more user-friendly for me. So there should be, yes, one
Dispatch
brigand.
this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
And I was never surprised before, so it's not that scripted. Kill the enemy. Okay, I'm not gonna read those basic ones because obviously we know how to kill the enemy. At least we can try. A bleed debuff, which is good, but what can you do? Oh, you can do everything from the second position. So Reynold the Crusader and okay, I can't check the name. Oh, sorry, I can. And Dismas, Seeker Highwayman. So what I'm planning to do with these guys, the more dungeons they go through, I think at about 3rd level, I'm gonna give them a nickname, each suitable to what has happened to that particular character. I'll see how it goes, if it's something that will be fun to do.
Destroy them all.
So yes, we know how loot works as well, that's fine. And let's go back to the default order because we... Oh, can I not do it here? That is interesting. Interactive objects, curios. Again, some gold probably, if I remember correctly.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
Quite a lot of gold, I would say. I didn't remember that.
Leave nothing unchecked. There is much to be found in forgotten places.
Okay, I can't go to default party order for some reason, which is a little bit stressful to me.
An ambush.
But then again, this is the last fight.
The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
And yes, indeed, the rightful owner is back, and the rightful owner will try to do some bleeding. Ideally, if I had him in second position, I would like to shoot the Fusilier, but we can't do that, we have to live with it somehow. So we've got debuff, we've got bleeding, just a couple of points, that's not too bad. What can we do with you? We can try and stun, but his stun resistance is actually pretty high. Let's give it a go once, just see if we're lucky enough. We are not, okay, so we should probably not have done that. And he's applying bleeding as well, 3 damage. Okay. So let's stack up bleeding on him. I believe that this damage now will be 4 per turn. So this is significant. Regardless of whether I manage to kill him with the Crusader or not, he will be dead before he makes his next action. And then the next round I can just get the Highwayman back. Oh no, he won't. Oh, that is actually really annoying. Right, so what do I want to do with you? I probably want to get you behind so you can start using your weapon, your ranged weapon, and you can, well, you can kill him. Is there anything else you can do? Probably not, so accuracy 85 and 85 on both. It doesn't matter what I do at the moment.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharp
So corpses,
blade.
we also know how corpses work, that's okay. I can't believe the corpses are actually bleeding after they're dead, but apparently this is a thing. Now, because of the reshuffle, I may actually lose the Highwayman, which isn't ideal. But then again, like I've already mentioned, this is a really punishing game. So let's try. I think I would need, well, I would need the max damage. I don't need the crit. And I am not getting what I need. Right, so he's at
A hand's breadth from becoming unwound.
death's door. So when a hero is reduced to 0 HP, they are at death's door. While in this state, they will suffer stat penalties plus any further damage has a chance to kill them. Heal them to get off. Well, hopefully I will be able to kill the brigand before he manages to attack again. Oh no, I won't. But he stupidly attacks the wrong person. So in this case, what do we have? Accuracy, where are you? 95 and 80, I will go for that.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
This has been one of the more difficult first
Remind
fights
yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
that I could think of, and yes, overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. So we've completed the quest, but we want to stay here just to open the book. Oh, hold on. Last time I've opened it, it was Blight Curse. Let's see if that's the same. Yeah, so it is scripted. The first couple of dungeons must be just the same for everyone. Fair enough, let's go to Hamlet and let's see what we can do in there. Probably not a lot. Quite a lot of gold. A couple of head busts. I don't think I got either of those things last time I started the game. Bad Gambler increases chance of losing money. I didn't know you can lose money when gambling, but that probably means you can also win. And plus 20 stress in the wield, so not the best quirks to start with, but not the worst either. At least it's not, you know, minus to HP or minus to speed, which I really don't like. I like to
Welcome
go
home,
as quickly as possible.
such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
And I will also let the narrator speak and talk, and I will not talk over him because I'm trying to get as much of the story. Maybe there's not that much story, maybe there is more of lore in this game. I like immersing myself in those things. So, get help where you may. I know I can press H, that's fine. We can have a look at the graveyard while it's
Most will end
empty.
up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
It's not gonna be empty for long.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Right, so probably one of the very first things we want to do is to get
What
these new
better
guys.
laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
Is to get these guys and update the stagecoach, which we will do straight away, and I think not only that, we will
More
also
arrive,
update the
foolishly
barracks.
seeking fortune and glory in this domain of the damned.
And now that we've done that, let's just have a quick look in the
In
middle.
time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
So this is everything we can learn. I don't think I'll be going back here too often, but maybe every once in a while. So there's not much you can do in town right now. It's time to embark on a quest. In this case, let's do that. Let's embark. And as I say, I
Mecca
think the
of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
I think the first dungeon is very much scripted, so we will just go ahead, get a... Right, where do we want you? You want either third or fourth position, and you want... this is what you want. Okay, hold on. So you've got both heals, but you haven't got one of my favorite skills, which is Dazzling Light. You've got Maze Bash. Can I, at this point, change that, or is it too early in the game? It is too early in the game. I've not unlocked the guild yet. Okay, we'll have to live with that somehow. We will go into that first dungeon with the Maze Bash and hope for the best. What is our goal? Our goal is 90% of the rooms, so as always. And then Blightstone, not great, I think not bad either. I think he deals blight, yes he does. He's got some blighty blights. Right, okay. we can attempt at going through this
Cost of
first dungeon.
preparedness, measured now in gold,
Later in blood, yes,
Later.
we know.
in blood.
So, what do we want? We want probably maybe a couple of bandages, a couple of keys. Let's take one shovel, and let's take, I think 6 is enough. I'm thinking if I didn't overdo it on the supplies here, but no. And let's take 8. Yeah, 8 will be more than enough. Then if I need to use it for healing, I will. And there shouldn't be more than one hunger check anyway. Maybe let's do 10. And embark. I will try to do 1 dungeon per episode, but if it turns out really short, maybe I'll do 2. I'll just see how the recording goes. Right. So yes, it looks very familiar. I think I'm gonna go this way, because if I remember correctly, there's a fight here, and there's an interesting curio down here. So, can I switch the order now to default? I can. Okay, so that's brilliant. We can do that. Let's move on. I thought we're gonna get some torches. I like to keep my light as high as possible, so definitely above 75, especially for the fights, because the surprise is quite massive sometimes, which I did not get, obviously. I jinxed it. Right, so what have we got? We've got Noxious Blast, which we can deal damage and blight, or we've got Emboldening Vapors, which gives extra damage and extra speed, or Battlefield Medic. Let's give extra damage and extra speed to our Crusader for now. And you... well, there's no point in opening veins because they won't bleed. Let's shoot one. And that is decent. And we've got Judgment, with which we can either finish off this guy or hope for the Crusader to go next and use the attack that attacks the first 2 rows and then kill both of them definitely. I think I'm gonna do that. Zealous Accusation, that's what it's called. Yes, there we go. So as long as they don't dodge and I don't miss,
Continue
they're
the
dead.
onslaught. Destroy them all.
Let's have a look in the chest. The chest is unlocked, so we don't need to use the key. Thankfully, I've got a shovel. Yeah, that was a very decent first fight in the dungeon, if everything goes so smoothly. And a scouting check as well. Right, so yes, I remembered correctly. So there's battle room with well, it is with treasure, and this curio here, I can't remember what it was. I think it was just stress avoidance. Maybe I will go for the treasure instead. For now, let's go here. So yes, that's what we needed the
Even
shovel
the
for.
cold
So we've got
stone
1.
seems bent on preventing passage.
And now, let's see, 83, so we should be able to surprise whatever comes on us. Yes, there we go, surprise. Surprise. Apparently surprise does not mean that it's like they're stunned, it's just they go last in the first turn. Plague Grenade. Do I want a Plague Grenade? Probably not. I'll just probably buff the first line again. And you can send Judgment on the last one, on the Cultist Acolyte. I'm gonna try to learn those names as we go, so I don't say this one, that one, or the lady, which I presume it's a lady. Right, so Acolyte, are you gonna survive 7 and 4 to 8? You may not survive. Oh yeah, never mind. I got too excited too early. I probably want to at least try and kill one. And what's this? This is 4 to 8. And they're 10 and 8, so potentially I could kill one, and definitely I'll kill both of them in the second round. Maybe we'll do that. Because now even Grape Shot will take care of them. Right. That is not amazing. I'll definitely Grape Shot all of them. 3, 3... And Grape Shot is what? 3 to 4. Okay, so that should be enough to kill them. Brilliant. And that's also enough for me to have another chance on a heal. Which is a massive heal. I didn't know she could do that on first level. Right, more stress, which isn't great, but that's better than damage if you ask me. So what can we do here? We can do Plague Grenade, and hopefully this will kill her the next turn. 4 damage per round. Yes, that should be enough. So you just buff yourself and mark yourself. I'm not quite sure exactly how marking works. It seems that they sometimes just ignore it completely. I didn't really notice much difference in who they attack, whether my target is marked or not. Right, okay, so what do we want to do next? We know that this Curio here takes stress away. So potentially what we could do, we could go for this Curio, de-stress, fight, see where we are with health, and then maybe possibly go back to the treasure and fight. But then again, is it really worth it? Is the treasure worth risking the life of the few guys I've got? I guess we'll find out. So a couple of holy waters. I think holy water gives you resistances if I'm not used to purge evil, which is correct, so you can use it on some curios. Can also be applied to hero to increase resistances. I'll consider that if we've got something that deals bleeding. Which we don't. I don't think they deal any debuffs. Right, so do we want to blight the last guy? We probably do, because he's got 15 HP. So let's try to get rid of him as soon as we can. That's 5 taken straight away. Let's do Judgment, so we heal as well as deal damage. And now Grape Shot, and that should be enough to take care of him before his next turn. Amazing. And by him I mean Bone Arbor. I said I'm gonna try to learn the names. Bone Soldiers, dealing a little bit of damage, but that's nothing we can't survive. And the next Grape Shot is gonna be deadly for them. So what do we want to do? Oh, maybe we won't even wait for the Grape Shot. I'm not sure if Grape Shot takes the first one as well, the first enemy. If it does, then I would just Grape Shot the hell out of them this turn. But if it doesn't, I'm wondering if I should go for the kill on the first. Well, I guess I'll find out. I'll use up this time to get some healing in.
The wounds of war can be healed.
So you're dead, which is fine. You can heal... Well, do you want party heal for 2? Possibly? Let's try. 4! That was a really good one. And a little bit of stress has gone. And even if I don't manage to kill the first one, which now I know I should be able to, he's already done his action, so we're fine. Now, journal pages. Normally in games I read that and I, immersion and things like that, but because they're really stupidly divided into 4 or 6 parts over 22 different types of notes, and they don't make sense if you just read them out of context, I'm not gonna do it because I find that a waste of time. Sorry, but I do. So right, I believe this Curio takes the stress away a little bit. if I remember correctly. So let's do it, or maybe it heals. It could be healing as well. Let's do it on someone who needs both, and then whatever happens, happens. So let's use holy water. Yeah, it's a heal and stress. Also, it's both. That's fine. And that was a massive heal as well, 24. Right, okay, so we know there's a trap here. I think... How do we stay for torches? 4 torches. I think we're gonna go for this battle as well, and then go back this way. So where is... there it is. Yeah. I hope I've stopped in time. I have. 60%, 90% to disarm, which is probably the best we can come up with. So you barely have any stress on you now. That is very good, Mr. Highwayman. Right, this is an empty room, so do we want to go for the treasure, or do we just want to play it safe? I don't think playing it safe at this point makes sense. Yes, I know the torch is running out. And I don't want to accumulate stress. So, 1... I'll have to just live with 1 then. Okay, there's a little bit more stress coming our way then. But I'll probably just do the treasure and then light another torch. Because I want to be sure that I've got all the torches I need for the last room. In case we want to surprise someone. 75. Oh, so it's just on the verge of extra stress. Well, we already decided that we go into this room, so there's no point in backtracking now. We've got a couple of keys, so let's go for the chest. That's brilliant. Right, so you can do bleeding, but you can also just shoot the cultist acolyte. I wonder if I should just do that. No, let's go for the bleed. Let's just start stacking the bleed up. 7, that's 8. Oh no, he resisted. Never mind, that's not 8. I can try to stun him. Or even better, I can try to Plague Grenade her. Or Noxious Blast him. Let's Plague Grenade the backline, which she resisted anyway, never mind. 3 and bleed, so I will be using some of my bandages. And you don't have the stun. I said that and I forgot about it. Right. So what can you do? You can heal, but I don't want to heal at the moment. Let's try to take the Brawler out. Cultist Brawler. Right, yes, first of all I will be using bandages. And secondly, he's dead anyway. So let's use Zealous Accusation and try to hurt the second one.
Formation is broken.
I could use it being reversed, 3 damage on his and 8 damage on that one. But that's fine. So let's shoot you again. Unfortunately, you will still do your turn. At least we've got a good dodge in place. Let's just light you again. And this time it went through 4 damage, so I just need 3 damage, which means Grape Shot is in place. Or I'll just heal myself as well as kill you. So she's not going to do anything else in her life. Now, what do we want to do with you? Let's try to stun this guy so we can get a little bit more healing out of our healer.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
We've got 2 healers actually, but that's just 1, but I'll take it. It's always 1 more and not 1 less. And we'll just go for the Crusader heal. So his stun is 25 and he'll have 40 buff, I believe, so that's 65. I could try and stun him again. This isn't something that's impossible. Should we do that? Yeah, let's try and stun. Let's try and squeeze in one more heal in here. Nope, that is not how it's supposed to have gone. Noxious Blast, do you know what? Yeah, let's go for it. And the Blight kills him. So whatever happens now, try to squeeze another heal before he dies. Brilliant. Okay, do we want a party heal? Yeah, we might as well go for party heal. This one. One on each, that's still something.
The slow death.
I am not going to complain about this. Ooh, leper only healing amulet. That is really good. And some crests. Some crests are
Impressive
always
haul.
welcome.
If you value such things.
I believe whenever you use a key on the chest, it will at least open a separate compartment.
If
Which it
only
does.
treasure
Highwayman
could
only.
staunch the
Plus 10
flow
damage, minus 20
of
stun resist.
otherworldly corruption.
Do you know what? I am gonna use it straight away. And an extra torch is always nice to see. 90. Brilliant. So this was really worth it. Just another curio here, but I'm not going back all that way. Because my light will run out if I go for that last curio, so let's not be too greedy. I think we've already got more than we deserved out of this one. Let's just grab the... Oh no, not... Yeah, obviously you'll take all the food, you'll take the gold, you'll take everything. So this is scripted as well, he will just get Kleptomaniac at this point. Right, it's not too bad, I mean we still have... Actually we have a lot of food, I might as well heal up with food, can't I? Let's give you a couple and you a couple, and we still have enough food for another hunger check. And let's see if there's anything else interesting in this corridor. If not, there we go, hunger check. And I still have 2 food, so if there's 2 fights ahead of me, I can still heal a little bit after one. No, there's not. Right, there's one more room. I think we're gonna go and do it, just because we're here anyway. So let's continue adventuring. And let's go... Nice, so there is a treasure here. There's an obstacle as well. I presume the obstacles are just requiring shovels. And 99 should be enough to have over 75% in the last room. I've never so far encountered an obstacle that requires something else than a shovel. So maybe I'm wrong, but this could be the case. Right, we have a couple of holy waters that we didn't use, so why not use them now to get some resistances after they've done their turn, because obviously I'm doing mine first. Yeah, so you can buff up. What do we buff up? Blight, Bleed, Disease, debuff. I would say that's decent. I would say that's decent enough. What do we want to do? I think we just want to hack through them. That's 10, that's 15, so potentially I could be killing this one. Obviously not lucky enough, but... Now he's 3, so Grape Shot should take care of him and at least damage the other ones.
Surges as the
That's
enemy
not
crumbles.
too bad. And some stress relief as well. As for you... Oh, why don't you just play Grenade the bug too? And in this case, well, nobody dies, but they're quite close. For you, who do we want you to be? I think we just go for... Because all he's doing is more stress. Then again, I should be worried first about stress more, because stress carries over to the town, while damage doesn't. And I'm definitely not at a point when I should be worried about the damage on the last battle. So yeah, let's do that. Or let's just miss. That's also an option. Right, 4, so you will survive this turn. but you will not survive the next one, which is exactly where we want to be. You can take a shot at the back line. Ooh, that's brilliant. And you can... what can you do? You don't have anything to... Or do you? No, you don't have anything to take the stress off, so let's just buff you further. And also, let's just deal damage here. Sedated. Right, so now we just have hack and slash. Brilliant. And that guy is dead because he's dead. So what I'm gonna try to do, I'm just gonna try to damage some of the corpses, just to see if I can get a crit and get some stress out. Can't. Same for you, can you get a crit? Nope. Oh well, it was worth trying. And we got some blood, which apparently is very, very, very important, although I did not get to experience that so far. So yeah, let's get the blood. Right, I don't really need food, I don't really need a shovel.
Often attracts unwanted attention.
But I do need a key to open this chest.
Hacks
Okay,
laden with
crests,
loot
buffs,
are often low on
deeds.
supplies.
I would say that was a really good first dungeon. We've gone through everything. I would like to see a little less stress on the plague doctor. I was gonna call him witch doctor for some reason. No, he's a plague doctor. But all in all, I think that was a decent first dungeon. Let's see who arrives in the coach. Let's have a look what we can do in town. And I think that will conclude this first part of the journey. And we've got plus 10% blight. I think we can give that to our blight doctor. So you're a kleptomaniac, but also you've got lygophobia, which is plus 20% stress if the torch is below 26, which is quite good because the way I play, the torch never gets below 26, so I'm happy to take that as a negative perk. Wheeled Adventurer, minus 20 stress and wield, that's fine. Explorer, plus 20% scouting in wheel, that could be massive, especially that apparently you can get a crit on scouting and then you get extra bonuses. Obsessed with sainthood, I'd rather not ask what that means. Could be that he can only de-stress in certain
I can
places.
still see their angry faces as they stormed the manor. But I was dead before they found me. And the letter was on its way.
So we somehow talk to him from beyond the grave, which is not creepy at all. Right, so we've unlocked the tavern, we've unlocked the abbey. Let's see. In the abbey...
The cobwebs have been dusted, the pews set straight. The abbey calls to the faithful.
So, heroes relieve stress by taking part in activities in tavern or abbey, and each activity has different side effects. Experiment to find the best activity for each hero depending on their quirks. Committing a hero to an activity locks them in that activity until the next week. You'll have to take a different hero with you on your next quest. So, we definitely want to de-stress this gentleman, and with his quirk of obsessed with sainthood, cloister, peace through meditation, pray to higher power, or flagellation brings absolution. I think that may be something that he'll enjoy. Yeah, that could be the case. And I don't think we're in a position to replace her just yet, so I'm not gonna put her in de-stressor. I will, though, have a quick look at the coach and see... another highwayman, a houndmaster and a leper. I'm really happy with how this turned out.
This man understands that adversity and existence are one and the same.
I am really happy with how this turned out because a leper and a crusader create a really good party in my opinion. We'll just see what Oh, he's got Purge, which isn't my favorite. He's got Chop. I would prefer this instead. I would prefer Hugh, because then combined with Zealous Accusation, this gives a lot of damage. Right, you've got Rush Hound, you haven't got Hound's Harry, which I like again, but you've got Cry Havoc, which I think would be a really good perk, a really good ability or combat skill, if it's taken more than just -3 stress. That's just not enough. If it was -5, -8, especially if you're sacrificing a turn where you could do damage. So yeah, that's not great at all. And you've got Point Blank Shot, which is also interesting, and that works well as well if we put you in the first position and then put, say, Reynold in the second. Open Vein, I'm happy with that, and Pistol Shot. Right, so there is definitely something to work with here, but we're not gonna do it in this episode anymore. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please let me know this way or another, and I will see you in the second one.